Welcome back, my darling Diamonds in the Rough. I am your favorite talking stone, and we are live. We only had marginal technical issues this time. We're late, though. We are very late. Apologies. I had food before stream, and I regretted it. I definitely regretted it. Well, no, I didn't regret it. It was delicious. I had this, frozen Detroit pizza, and it tasted amazing. I love it, but it's a lot. It's a lot, and that put me in like a food coma, and then I had to rush to get everything working, and then my computer froze. So the plan was not simple. The plan was not simple at all. So do forgive me if I have to pause every so often. I have to get water. And if I'm just looking a bit more sluggish, grimmish, half dead. Are stones dead? No. Well, actually, are they? I know, what is it? Sand dollars. Those creatures are actually alive? I believe you can find, like, living sand dollars in the sea. But, like, obviously the ones that you have are... Dead? Is dead the right word? That's a bit morbid. That is a bit morbid. Huh. And obviously fossils are fossilized remains of the ancient ones. I'll call them that. Sorry, Inume, I'm stealing your thunder with that one. But then again, the actual planet itself, or the former living being... That's a bit of a cruel way to say it. But former living being is... how do you say it? No longer present there. I believe it degrades at time, even if the microbes can't eat it away. Whatever. It's not there anymore. It's just like... Actually, I'm not too sure about that. Like, the only time DNA and whatnot's preserved... Well, skulls are preserved throughout time. I don't really know how. I am not an... How do you say this? Not an anthropologist. Well, anthropologists might know. A biologist? No. Archaeologist. I'm not an archaeologist. I am not close to being an archaeologist. Right, but that actually does remind me. I actually went on a little trip over the weekend. And did I regret it? It's a story. It's definitely a story to say. But yes, I went to like a nature reserve isn't the right word, but it's a nice little I'm not sure if I'm going to make a video at it. I'm not sure what I'm going to say. But I went to a nice little, like, what is it? A park area. And they had a zoo and some, how do you say it? Places for learning, I guess. Preserved. I'll get to them in a moment. But let me start with this. Well, first of all, I hiked around a little bit. And the hike was actually beautiful. Weather was not good. But in spite of that, with the rain, it was beautiful. I got some beautiful shots. Maybe I'll post them on Twitter or something. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a video about this. I'll explain why later. But we'll continue. And then I went to the zoo. It has a little zoo there. It's not like a traditional zoo, in the sense that it's not like any zoo I've been to otherwise before this. Granted, I don't really go to zoos often, but this zoo was... How do I say it? It was sad. Well... I don't know how to say this. I am someone who is not big on zoos. That's just my personal stance on it. You're big on zoos, that's fine. Zoos are a great learning experience for children. I'll say that. But I just kind of feel bad for the animals. Because the enclosures are so small. I don't know if that's ethical. I... also have to go back to school for this one. I actually had to do a project on the ethics of zoos, and specifically zoos. And that did change me. It wasn't my most passionate project, but I had to do one. I had to read, like, it was ethics, and it related to, like, theology, and I had to talk about it from an ethical perspective, and then, like, a Salesian theological perspective, and it was just weird, man. It was just very strange. Shout out to, what was it, Mark, or I forget if it was Mark Lizzie or Andrew Lizzie, your animal theology book. Not boring. You know, one of the few books I had to read for school that wasn't boring. I like it when theology is presented as less of this is what the Bible says and more of a moral interpretation. But that's because I've had to take the theological classes before, and I've had the displeasure of just being bored into by just a literal interpretation with no ifs, ands, or buts. Because theology is kind of interesting if you aren't being force-fed it. And it's interesting to see how people interpret it. But that's not the point. The point is, the book made me think about, and the project mainly the project, made me think about the ethics of zoos, and it kind of got me anti-zoo. Kind of. So, I go to the zoo. First time going to a zoo in probably over a decade. Well over, maybe not well over a decade, but definitely over a decade. And, well, first of all, it's kind of sad because the first animals you see were all like nocturnal. Like, well, not all of them. And also the bad weather too. Kept them all inside, and they looked depressed. I'm just going to be 100%. They kind of looked depressed. So, I go there, and the first thing I see is a bobcat, which is adorable. Bobcats are adorable. Much smaller than I thought they'd be. But then it was just the one in this tiny little hollowed out log, and it was like napping a little bit. I'm not sure if the bobcat was nocturnal, but yeah. And the enclosure had was kind of small. It was like what a house cat would have, except instead of indoors, it's outdoors. That doesn't make sense, but I've seen yards, like not porches, yards, lawns, whatever you want to call it, bigger than this little bobcat's enclosure. That made me sad. And then I saw some porcupines. They were in a much smaller enclosure, and there was 2 of them. They were also very tired. What else did I see? Did I see I forget what. What was that? There was one. I think it was it was a fox. It was a fox. It was hiding all the way back in the back of its enclosure, and it was sleeping because I believe it was nocturnal. But yeah, it did not seem fun for the animals. I just said, if I was in the animal's position, I would not feel happy. And then I go through this like park, this zoo, I guess. And I go around and I see the different animals. And next big one I see is a bear. And I was like, wow. That enclosure is simultaneously very big and also very tiny for this bear. And there were supposed to be 2 bears. I think one was maybe in the I don't know. They had some maybe hibernation stuff. Maybe I don't know. But it was just, I don't know how to say it. It was dead in there. Like every animal in the zoo, none of them really seemed lively except for one thing I'll get into later. I promise I'll get into it later. One little exhibit was actually no. I'll say 2. And we keep moving along. Also, there was apparently supposed to be like a vulture. What is it? Effigy? Which sounds much less dark than it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be them, and I forget the macabreness of this, them hanging dead vultures to repel the invasive species of vultures that were there. There were supposed to be dead vultures hanging from the trees when I was walking around. I did not see any, but knowing that there was supposed to be one was also kind of unnerving. So then I get to a lot of birds. And my thought is, wow, these cages are incredibly tiny. I really hope the birds are allowed to fly free. They're probably not, but my hope would be that they're allowed to fly to flee and then return to like handlers who put them back in the cage for like the day or night or whatever. I don't think that happens. I don't think that happens. It's very depressing. None of the animals really had any life. I really shouldn't phrase it like that. Any movement, any energy. They're all just kind of standing there, sitting there. Even the ones that aren't nocturnal, and that kind of depressed me. But anyway, I keep going around. I actually see my favorite animal of all time, the peregrine falcon. It's also in a very tiny cage, and I'm like, wow, I love you, and I'm so sorry. Oof. Yeah, it was just kind of sad. But then right next to it was the turkey enclosure, which was actually pretty big, and the turkey was waddling around, doing its thing, and I'd say that was a solid enclosure. At least the animal seemed not lethargic, I guess. The animal seemed not to hate being... Wow, I'm really depressed, and I apologize for conveying it like that, but that's how it felt to me. Yeah. So I keep going around, and then I see my favorite enclosure. It's this, lake isn't the right word. It's like a little man-made pond full of, like, ducks and geese and swans and whatnot. And they're all just swimming around having a good time. And at first I was, wow, this thing is open. Birds can just fly in and out as they please. But then I read the sign, and these are actually all animals that had, like, injured wings. From maybe they were escaping a predator and whatnot. And these animals could no longer fly. So that depressed me a little bit, but seeing them actually, like, move around, socialize, be happy, whatnot, it made it more of a gray area than a pure evil side, if that makes sense. Not evil side. It made it more, I see how this is bad, but I also see how this is good, rather than I think this is bad. It wasn't just inherently bad to me. It wasn't just inherently malicious. But birds. Yes, and I keep going around, and it's nice. And this is an incredibly kid-friendly place. Okay, I say that, but there was one thing that wasn't kid-friendly. One thing that wasn't kid-friendly. And that was two of the buildings they had for, like, educational resources. One of them was about, like, fossils and stones and whatnot, and that was really cool. You know, shout out to me, I'm a stone. They have stones there. It's a win-win. One of them was filled with taxidermied birds. And you could tell which building it was, because you could hear children crying after entering it. That's so bad. Yes, I heard probably 4 or 5 different children crying when leaving that building. That small building filled with dead birds. Now, also dead bugs. It had dead bugs in there, but like taxidermied bugs, but we're talking about the birds mainly. Now, if you've ever seen a taxidermied bird, they're there for like not medical reasons, for scientific reasons. It's good to research. It's good to understand. I know, I've actually, this is some stone lore. It's not my first time seeing a giant room filled with taxidermy birds. I'm sorry, that is... Yeah, it is not my first time seeing a giant room of taxidermy birds. I've seen other buildings with preserved birds for the purpose of research and whatnot. For like some science trip I did with school. So it was not my first time, not my first rodeo, so I wasn't too freaked out about it. But So it was actually interesting to me. But then also, I am an adult. I am not a child. So maybe child me would have been crying about it, because I did look at the birds, looked around, and their like their soulless stares did get to me a little bit. And people were saying, like, I had company with me. They were saying how they were a bit freaked out for quite a few minutes. And I do apologize to them. I did take my time in there because I found it really interesting. But apologies to the company who graciously followed me there. I was so sidetracked that I kind of forgot to be courteous towards you. I did ask if you were okay being in there, but I should have hurried on out. I asked if you were okay being there way too late, and I should have hurried on out, but I didn't, and I apologize for that. But it was also, talking about the bugs and other stuff that was in there, it was also really cool. I feel like taxidermy bugs are less creepy for some reason. I don't know why. But I also got to see some, like, camouflage of nature. It had a little camouflage of nature exhibit. You had, like, stick bugs with a bunch of sticks, moths with, like, leaves, and was it, like, bird eggs among stones? Oh, man, the camouflage was really cool. And then a bunch of different bugs and whatnot, just to see the difference and see how they're grouped. Very informative. Very great. Very, very great. And what else was there? Oh yeah, and they also had these were wood carvings of silhouettes of birds, not like dead birds. So please don't be freaked out about this. But they had like a silhouette of a bald eagle and a silhouette. Oh my gosh, my tongue! A silhouette of my favorite animal once again, the peregrine falcon. I was like, wow. That's really cool. I don't know why they chose both those birds, but really cool. And then I realized the bald eagle is huge. It is really big. I thought it was smaller. I'm going to be honest. I thought the bald eagle was smaller. But it's really big. You know, I'm feeling patriotic. USA, USA, USA. Right. And what else do I have to mention? Beautiful views, the zoo. Oh yeah, and I guess lastly I'll talk about the little geology museum that I visited. It showed the first people that came to the park, the different stones and whatnot that could be found there, and even gems. So it showed like a fossil of a mammoth. And my first question when seeing this like mammoth tusk and this mammoth skull was, how were elephants not native to the Americas? I don't know why that was my first thought, but that was my first thought. Because in my mind, I, for some reason, assumed that a mammoth is very genetically similar to an elephant, considering the fact they are very much alike. So I equate them to some degree. An elephant, you know, the tusk, the trunk, the giant quadrupedal animal. I equate them. Sorry, quadrupedal mammal. I'll specify mammal. I relate them. So to have these animals native to this place, these giant mammoths, my first thought was, how are elephants not native to the Americas? Granted, I do have to double check that elephants aren't native to the Americas, but I don't feel like I really need to. But maybe I should, because, you know, after just looking at that just giant mammoth, I was like, wow. That is just an elephant. A mammoth is just an elephant. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. A mammoth is just an elephant, except without the coat. Maybe there's some big genetic difference, but they're just so similar in size and appearance and practicality that I just don't understand how one is native to the Americas and the others aren't. Maybe it has to do with the ancient roots, maybe Pangea and whatnot, but you know, that's Uh, research for another day. Oh, but also, yeah, we saw, instead of, oh my, my tongue is getting tied. I apologize. I'm very much, probably at 90% today? I don't know. But that's beside the point. So we saw that fossil. We also saw a little bit of a dinosaur. I think it was a velociraptor. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I don't know why. I really think dinosaurs are cool. But I didn't really pay much attention to it. But we also saw some tools geologists would use. They take like core samples of the stone. They had microscopes and whatnot there, just as an example. And of course, and this one was really children friendly, mines. We all know that the children yearn for the mines. Now, we didn't have actual mines, but we had like, how do I say this? By we, I mean they. I don't know why I'm saying we. But they had mining paraphernalia. There was an actual minecart there, which was really cool. And then they had a mock-up of what a mine shaft would look like, and a giant furnace replica, and it was just insane. That was really cool. That was definitely a highlight. Definitely a highlight of... The minecart was really cool, though. I really love the minecart. I thought that was really neat. I don't think I've ever actually seen a minecart in real life before until then, so it was really interesting. And I apologize if the mic is going in and out and whatnot. I'm moving around trying to see which generates the most appropriate level of volume. I think, is this better? I don't know. My voice also changes, and I made this mic as sensitive as possible because it was very finicky. So I don't really know. I don't want this to peak, but you never know. Right, that is my not day trip. It was not a day trip. It was, well, it was a day trip, but it was a while ago. So let me make sure that I have everything ready and make sure we can actually hop into this. And I think we are, so allons-y. Let's hope I didn't ruin anything. Bop, bop. Hey, there we go. I'll take a sip of water to that. My water was very, I don't know, my stomach's still bloated a little bit, so I do apologize. I have to mute every now and again. Right, so, Kana, let us not begin, but, well, yeah, begin. Alright, well, first of all, that's... Ooh. Alright. Now, I think we do Hiragana for, like, maybe 100 or 200, and then we just kill it with Katakana. And we're doing everything for Katakana. So let me uncheck all. And let me check all Hiragana, check all combinations. And fonts, we'll keep it simple. We're keeping it simple today. Right, so let us begin with me, and let us actually begin. Alright, is this ho or ha? I believe it's ho. Yeah, it is ho. Hya, H-Y-A. Oh, bya, I forgot the little dots. Is this new or it's new? Shyo. Lovely, we are getting the hang of this. Well, I think we are getting the hang of this. I'm not really, too certain. They went to pyo to byo. That's funny. That's silly. But, yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I was not expecting to get at this point already. I was not expecting to be able to read and write kana. Well, write is not what I can do. I cannot write. I cannot write kana. I can read it, though. Was this May or me? That's May. Yeah. I was not expecting to get to this point anytime soon. Because, in reality, I did not practice this really much at all. Outside of streams, I did nothing. In terms of kana practice, I did some basic vocab on Duolingo. Not that that's very much, how you say, educational, I guess. Well, it is. Duolingo is its own thing. I actually, I can go on a Duolingo rant. I'm upset with them, I guess. Mainly the same reason why everyone's upset with them. Because they laid off a lot of their staff and kind of switched to AI. Which, first of all, you can't do that. In the sense where you were keeping a decent product. They also raised prices for consumers. So my little complaint is that you can't really do that, from the sense that AI is not well tested enough to create learning content in terms of languages. It's not well acquainted enough. Duolingo already had an issue of mainly being for forceful memorization, not really, not really, terms of actually learning language, learning grammar. It was mainly just brute memorization, not even grammar, just vocabulary, those drilling to your head. It does not really teach you well enough to actually learn. And that's why, well, not why, but I've started transitioning from calling it a language learning app to a language learning game, because it doesn't teach you a language. It's a gamifying of you teaching yourself the language, if that makes sense. It's gamifying you learning your own language of choice. And that has some value in the world. That has value. I'm not going to deny that creating habits to learn language, creating habits actually do help you learn. I'm not going to lie and say someone who put 1,000 days into Duolingo is equally as likely to learn that language as someone who put 0 days into it. However, to learn from Duolingo alone, that is something I feel is impossible. And then they made it worse. They made Duolingo worse. They just cut off the human staff that actually could teach you, that actually could develop stuff that can be creative learning, and they just replace it with AI, a good chunk of it with AI. And I already feel that AI is in a bit of a gray area right now. Obviously, it has the potential to do great things, but it's not doing those great things yet. I don't feel it's being applied well enough, and a lot of times it doesn't have a big enough sample size to actually get into niches. So it's this big answer with a ton of question marks. That's what AI is right now. And instead of helping people in their everyday lives, it's more so taking away. Well, no, that's not the case. I'm exaggerating a bit. I don't hate AI. It's just I hate people trying to cheaply make a profit off of it while screwing over their employees and their customers. Because, with all due respect, replacing your human staff with AI, with untrained, untested AI, is a worse product. It is a worse product. You are only doing it for the cost-saving purposes. It is objectively a worse product. However, is there still merit in doing something like that? Yeah. Just not now. Just not by firing a ton of your staff. I feel like there needs to be some sort of integration. And Duolingo did not do that. And for that reason, I can't really say much positive things. That's my rant. I don't like what they did with AI. They already were not a language learning app, a language learning game. And they kind of ruined whatever merit they have by dumping in that. And I have my Duolingo streak. My Duolingo streak is probably at... What is it? Actually, I'll check now. I will check now. Duolingo. It's loading. It's loading. I have a 744-day streak in Duolingo. I have a 744-day streak. And I'm going to be honest. If that's at 0 tomorrow, I'm done with the app. That is the only reason I'm on the app. And honestly, it's not a very strong reason for me. It is not a very strong reason. It's not captivating me well enough to say, hey, I want to stay on this app. But right now, I just do it because it's a habit. I stay on the app because it's a habit. But it will take very little to change that. So, once Duolingo messes up again, or once I mess up and ruin the streak, I'm done. I'm done with the app. I'm done with it. I don't need it. I'm already learning a ton with this. With my practicing. I feel like I've adequately learned kana. At least to a degree for a beginner. At least to a degree of a beginner, I have adequately learned kana. And I want to get to somewhat of an intermediate level. Well, no, not intermediate level. Let's not get overzealous here. But what I'm trying to say is, whatever little merit Duolingo had, it lost most of it. And I lost the need for whatever merit it had previously. And even if it gets better, even if it hires back its human staff, it makes significant improvements into the app to actually learn language. If I'm done with Duolingo once, I'm done forever. Maybe the app will rest on my phone, but I'm not going back. Once my streak runs out, once they do some little change just to make the quality of life just ever so slightly worse, I am done. But for today, I can just say, ha ha ha, 744-day streak, let's go. And I do like building a habit with it. I appreciate it for that. I appreciate it for trying to help me build a habit. It gave me some life into this hobby of mine, into this language learning desire. And for that, it has my thanks. Just for that, nothing else. Oh, that's poo. I forgot. Forgot the little O. Right, I am messing up a little bit. I'm only 60 for 66. That's what is that? 10 for 11. What is 11 divided by that? Is that 9090909? So what is that? Like 9.1% error rate. It's 91% correct. That's still pretty solid, but nothing to write home about. Nothing too spectacular, but it doesn't matter. I've had my few fat finger flubs, so it is what it is. Oh wait, we're only 60, not... whatever. I might need to get water soon. I'm actually going to need to get water now. I apologize for the impromptu break. Please give me a moment. All right. I'm back. Oh, also, everyone, happy Pride Month. It's here. Let's go. I normally want to say something cool and witty and funny. I can't think of anything right now. I'm sorry. My stomach is bloated. My mind is bogging. Bogging. But it is Pride Month. So I hope everyone's having a nice, lovely time with Pride Month. Being their most true selves. Just, being happy for who they are and being valid, I guess. Have I said this before? I guess. I'll say it now. I want I want everyone to feel welcome and comfortable with who they are. And my stream is a way for me to be silly and goofy with who I am. Granted, that's not necessarily Pride Month related. That's just openness with myself related. But I just want people to feel comfortable with who they are. And I will facilitate that in any way I can. So, not good with words, I apologize, but that's why it's important for me to say Happy Pride Month. Because maybe you didn't hear that. Or maybe, I don't know. But I think it's just important to say, because maybe someone needs to hear it. I'm sorry, I'm not saying the words right. I just want whoever is viewing this to feel accepted for who they are and comfortable. I think most people want to feel accepted and happy, and it doesn't have to be with one's sexual orientation or whatnot. Could just be with their hobbies, their personality. It could be whatever, but this is, well, at least I want this to be this stream, this community that I want to build. I want it to be accepting of everyone. Sorry, that makes it seem like some bigger thing. But happy Pride Month. And please know that you are always welcome here on the stream. Sorry, I got a little bit too serious there. Let's continue. Alright, that's Chi, but it's actually Ji. And Ju? Alright. I think we're getting... Why? I think we're getting the hang of it, but no! It's not you, it's nya! It's nya! It's nya! It's the sound a cat makes. It is the sound a cat makes. But no, I cannot process that fast enough. Ah, man, that is... I want to... This isn't really a score, but it's basically a score. I want to understand. I want to get this as close to a 1-to-1 ratio as possible. And I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. Sorry. But let us continue with actually stuff we do know. Right. Okay, we are flowing. Wait. Is this Mo or Mo? It's Mo. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, we are definitely flowing. Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. That's not... Well, I know what's wrong with me. I am very much overfull from that pizza. It was delicious, but I'm feeling the regrets. I am feeling just bloated from it. But that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to... That's yeah, that's yeah. And this is... Okay, H-Y-A. Yeah. Ne. Okay, we're getting the hang of this? Yes, okay. Okay, we are getting back into the swing of things. And that means Then we can maybe branch out into another story, but I don't have any more stories. Do I have more stories to tell? I have one. So, I mentioned I bit my tongue! Ow! Ow. Today is not my day. Today is... at least I can laugh today, and if I can laugh today, I can laugh 3 times as hard tomorrow. Speaking of things not being my day, yesterday, well, like, technically 2 days ago, but it's like 3 a.m. yesterday, I hear a loud noise, and it woke me up. So I look over to, my wall, and my brilliant chessboard that I hung up fell on the floor and woke me up at 3 a.m., which ruined my sleep. I didn't get much sleep anyway. I would have gotten less than probably 7 hours anyway, but that ruined my sleep. That just absolutely ruined the little sleep I was getting. And ooh boy there. And then it fell on the floor, and it was like, oh, okay, now I have this putty on the wall, which I'm probably going to have to remove, and I hope it all removes. And then I'm going to have to find a new way to hang it back up there, which I think I have a way, but it's going to be a bit more inconvenient. And then my chessboard got a little bit damaged because it's very cheaply made, because it was less than $5 for the entire chess set. But it still sucks because it's my only chess set I have. Well, technically it's not my only chess set I have in my room. I have another one, but that one I definitely cannot hang on the wall, and if I did hang on the wall and it did fall, it would shatter. It would shatter. But that's just a stone-based one that was a gift. It was really cool, but it only collects dust right now. I don't have a place to put it. But this one, this cheap one that looked really good on the wall, fit there really perfectly, just fell on the floor, woke me up, and it was not a fun night. It was not a fun night. Oh, sorry, I needed to get that off my chest. It has not been a bad. Okay, the week has had its up and downs since last Tuesday. It's had its ups, it's had its downs. Very bipolar week, very, very insane week. But you know, it'll fix itself out. No, it won't. No, it won't. But yeah, high highs, low lows, and a heap of problems for current me to deal with because past me was either too lazy or too much of a victim from waking up at 3 a.m. Wow, I knew it would happen too. Well, no, I didn't know it would happen because it was like fairly secured onto the wall with this like putty thing. It was fairly secure. It's fairly light. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just some yapping stone who's complaining about his terrible woes. Oy vey, I need a drink of water for that. I just drank my entire cup of water like a buffoon. Why did I do that? Drinking that much water is terrible. Because not only is my stomach already hurting from how much I put into it earlier, but also now I'm going to have to get rid of it eventually. This excess water. This water is here to sip, just to undry my throat. I'm gonna... It's a day. It is definitely a day. I'm going to be right back once again. Well, let's get to 100, then I'll be right back once again. We are very close. There we go. We're at 100. So now I will be right back. I'm going to get some water, and I will not chug it this time like a fool. I will not chug it like a fool. Right. See you in a second. We are back again. Let's go. I feel like I'm peeking my mic a little bit. How is this? Okay. Okay, I think I can talk like this then. Because the mic isn't peaking as much. Okay. Did I just fix my entire mic issues? Wait. I'm sorry. Forgive the noise. Wow. Okay. Okay. I normally speak a bit softer, but if it's gonna work better like this, let me know. Give me a second just to make sure I am testing it correctly. You know what? It's good enough for me, and if it's good enough for me, that means it might actually be decent. Right. Kana. Let us do that. Yeah. Why do I sound so unenthused? I'm rocking this. Like, I've made such significant improvements. I don't know why I sound unenthused. This is actually, like, amazing. Because I'm going 100%. 100%. I'm being entirely truthful. I've only practiced this really on stream. I've had some previous practice before with the app that shall not be named, the Mr. Bird, the Freaky Owl. I've had practice with him, with Mr. Double Take over there, but that was honestly a year ago when I had that practice. Maybe even older than that. So the fact that I remembered it, and I only remembered a little bit, I did not know kana really at all. Just hiragana. Just hiragana. So the fact that I not only was able to refresh everything, but also double it with, sorry, I know hiragana, not katakana, but double it with katakana is nutty to me. Like, mind-breakingly nutty. And that's, like, insane, because what did I put into this in total? Between all... Is this stream 5 now? Well, I'll say 4 streams prior. Stream 4 was like 3 hours. Stream 3 was 30 minutes because internet broke itself. By the way, internet is now doubly fixed. I thought it was fixed before because it was actually working. But no, it actually wasn't. But now it is because I think something was replaced. I don't know, whatever the ISP said. But it should be even better. By even better, I mean it should not break at all. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that's the case. It's 30 minutes that day. And then, let's say we averaged 2 hours for both of those. So let's say 7 hours. We spent 7 hours practicing. I'm technically 7 hours, 30 minutes, but we're just going to round down to 7 because I don't think stream 1 was 2 hours. And I'm not sure if stream 2, I believe stream 2 was 2. One of them was 2 hours, one of them was a bit less, I believe. I don't recall off the top of my head, but that's besides the point. 7 hours. And bang! We're geniuses. And it wasn't even 7 like active hours. Like, okay, this is je. This is na. No, because I was able to yap like this. I was able to talk over it and still learn and still grow and still understand what I'm actually typing in and what this reads to me. This reads to me gyo. G-Y-O. Like that Junji Ito story about the fish, which I have not read and I have not seen the movie of. But I hear was a story. Oh, speaking of Junji Ito. Man, I was looking for... I might have mentioned this before. I believe I actually have mentioned this on the... was it that mini-series of... Daily Puzzles. That Daily Puzzle series. I did mention this. But Junji Ito's... not Tomie, sorry. Uzumaki. I was looking forward to it being animated probably since, 2021. I've been looking forward for it, or 2021, or let's say 2022. I'm not entirely sure. It was either 2020, 2021, or 2022. I believe it was actually 2022. I was looking forward to it then, and I was like, oh, it's going to get released, and then it get pushed back and whatnot. Then it comes out in like, what was it, 2024? Like late 2024. And episode 1 is a banger. It is amazing. It is visually appealing. It is well paced. It is amazing. It lived up to my expectations of the trailer, which was shocking for a project that has been delayed and pushed off that long. Then I hear the reviews. I hear the reviews of episode 2. And I see clips. And I'm heartbroken. I am devastated. I am betrayed. I am gobsmacked. I am absolutely flabbergasted. It's bad. It isn't just bad. It's bad. And then everything just dog piles onto this heaping pile of disappointment. The pacing sucks. The story is rushed. And I just can't even bring myself to watch it. I've been looking forward to this for years. And I was just stomped on in a way that I can't even just accept its humiliation. I will have to read it. I do have to read Uzumaki now. That's on my bucket list, but I had such high hopes for it. I've said this before. I'm not a big horror guy, but it's Junji Ito. He's a heavy hitter. I always trust him and love his stories. And, you know, I think one of the reasons I'm not too big a fan of horror is because there isn't much good horror. But Junji Ito is a difference. He can make some silly abstract thing into something horrible, like Spirals, which is the entire plot of Uzumaki. I think I only watched the first episode, but just wow, I'm just so saddened by it. I feel betrayed. It's what is a relatable. This is my LeBron going to the Heat moment. This is my KD Warriors moment. That's basketball terms. Is that even correct? No, it's like it's like I'm the owner for the Lakers, and the balloons and it's 1969 NBA Finals Game 7. I am the owner of the Lakers. I put my how do I say this? Praise and eagerness into these flyers and say, hey, when we win, we're doing this. The balloons up in the rafters, that's my praise for it. And then Bill Russell, who is just disappointment incarnate. Disappointment incarnate is Bill Russell in this situation. Bill Russell comes up to me and says, those balloons are staying in the rafters. And they win. They win. The 4-seeded Celtics, who have been an underdog in every series they faced. Home court disadvantage for all 3 series. Win the NBA Finals. My disappointment strikes in the most unlikely moments. And it just gut punch. Absolute gut punch. Shout out to Bill Russell. I love him. My favorite NBA center of all time. Love the guy. Or may he rest in peace, I should say. Well, that was an awkward note to end on. But Bill Russell, yeah. I'm a Celtics fan. I do love Celtics history. It's very a lot of winning in it. Oh, a lot of winning in Celtics history, which, you know, it's good when your team has this history of winning. It's very, very good. Very, very fun, very good. I can't, and what am I saying end for? Yeah, what am I saying end for? I don't know why. I don't know why. The color green loves me. And by that, I mean I love the color green. I don't know why. I used to say blue is my favorite color, and I still think blue is my favorite color. But if there's a chance it's not, my favorite color is green. Green is, at worst, my second favorite color. And I don't know why. I used to not really like green. You know, green is the color of, like, certain human excrements, like snot and vomit. I don't know why it's human excrement. Like, that would make it sound better. I had to clarify after with using more crude, but that's by the point. Green is the color of grass, which I am allergic to. Green is color of grass, which I do not touch because I am shut in, blah, blah, blah. Green is this, green is that. But it's grown on me. It really has grown on me. It's not pew, it's not pew, it's pyo. I'm sorry, I'm a little razzled. But that's alright. We are calm, we are cool, we are collected, we are moving. Moo as an MU because that was what I typed in. Mildly humorous. But my voice cracked. I apologize. That was unexpected. Ooh, I'm talking a lot and we are making... Wait, no, I can hype this up. Let's try to be very Genki high energy. Yo! This is totally you! GYU! Followed by ya! And this is Joe Zoo! It's not Sue, it's Zoo! Z-U, because you can see the little 2 dots at the top. That's crazy! Tay crazy! Crazy! Ho ho ho! I'm Santa Claus right now! Po po po! I'm Po from Kung Fu Panda! Let's go! Roll! Naki, you almost got me, you tricky little friends. But I am here. I am getting everything. One more to make it May. Well, May, I should say. And I can't. I hate this so much. Man, that was so forced. Wow, that was terrible. I'm so sorry. I hope some cruel, sadistic person derived pleasure from that. Well, there has to be a balance, but, I can't. Sorry. My first thought was Blippi. But really, like, children actors for, like, not even children's TV shows, children's YouTube. With, like, human actors. Not Cocomelon, but we're talking, like, maybe ages, like, 7 to 10. Okay, Blippi isn't 7 to 10, but stuff like that. Whereas, like, people actually are able to act like that for such prolonged periods of time. It's mind-boggling. I don't know how you can do that. It's just... because that hurt my soul. Maybe if I did that a ton, I used to, but that was 10 seconds of high energy. That was 10 seconds. I could not last 10 seconds. As I was saying it, I realized the phrasing was bad. But I still said it. Wow, I need to do better. I apologize. At least we can say this. We are having fun. That's a cheesy little cop-out, but we are having fun. We are in control. We are understanding. And we are making our mega moves. And that is pretty cool, right? Yeah, that is really cool. So we'll get to 200 on here, and then we'll switch to katakana. And what do I do after that? Well, actually, I don't know. I kind of bit my tongue again. I need to not bite my tongue anymore. Maybe I don't talk like this much. I don't talk enough to bite my tongue and be aware of what I can do to avoid that. So maybe I should learn. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, what else did I want to do? I was thinking about maybe. Oh, actually, I have a goal. I actually have a goal. I don't know if I'm gonna live to see this goal. If I live to see this goal, I don't mean I don't know if this goal will live to see the light of day to actually be executed, but I do have a goal related to learning Japanese. Because right now, I just want to learn it to learn the language. I think it's a fun language to learn, very popular in certain media, and then it's also cool. I learned a language. I can do anything. I'm immortal. I'm trying to think of a really cool person. My dad. No, he doesn't know language. He's pretty cool, though. Do I know cool people? Like other cool people? My uncle! Hey, let's go my uncle! He knows another language. He knows a bit of German. You know, Guten Tag. Ich heiße Stone Talk. Schon dich kennenlernen. You know, a little bit of German. I know a little bit of German. Much less, but enough to say I know a little bit of German. Okay, not a little bit of German. I barely know anything. I know a few words, a few phrases. I understand a little bit of how the grammar works. I know what an S it is. I know how the umlauts are pronounced, except for the umlauts over the U. I'm not entirely sure about that one. Don't know why I'm ranting about German when we're studying Japanese, but yeah. He knows German. That's pretty cool. So I can like cool like him. Cool like my uncle. Pa, it's pa, it's not pa. Right. Okay, we're flowing. Finally, we have a pretty, not so pretty, conglomeration of errors, but that's life. That's life, baby. That is life. That is life. That is life. We're rolling here, but you know, life goes on. Maybe we'll mess up here and there, but everywhere, anywhere, we are still absolutely balling. Oh wait, balling. I forgot to check. Give me a moment to check NBA space GAMES. Is that on today? Is the NBA Finals? Okay, no, it's not on today. No! I hate that. I hate that. I searched it up on my phone. And it always just takes me out of the app. It takes me out of the app. And that really annoys me. NBA space games. Let me load that. Game 1. Pacers Thunder. Oh, Thursday? That's a lot of rest. That's a lot of rest. Huh. Okay, that's Thursday. No, that is what it is. It's Thursday. Am I gonna be watching? I'm gonna be watching it. Ooh. If you are at all aware of NBA discourse, whatever, talking points, you'll be aware that this is going to be, quote unquote, the lowest weighted finals in a long period of time because it's two small market teams. And to that I say, okay, but the Pacers are fun. I like the Pacers. I'm rooting for the Pacers. Ever since my favorite player got an Achilles injury in the playoffs against the Knicks, I've been rooting for the Pacers. And they made it to the finals, so good for them. I knew they could do it. Mainly because I'm a hater, but, you know, that's different. And I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for them. I like the way they play the game. Because sometimes I go to pick up, and these people don't pass the basketball. They are allergic to passing basketball. These people have more turnovers than assists. No, they have more turnovers than passes. And that's bad. I'm ranting too much into sports. But so let me break it down in a very simple way. I am someone who likes to play basketball in his spare time. I think it's a fun way to exercise. And to play basketball, when you have the basketball, there are three things you can do. You can dribble the basketball. You can pass the basketball. You can shoot the basketball. So, and let me tell you which is the easiest thing to do is pass the basketball. A child who's never played basketball before can pass a basketball. If you've never touched a basketball before, I guarantee you can pass the basketball. Dribbling's the second easiest thing. Just dribble the ball off the ground. Obviously, someone's defending you, a bit harder. But dribbling is pretty easy. Third thing, shooting. Shooting is hard. You have to actually get good at it. Right, so that's the basics. So, in pickup, when someone has the ball, let me say this. They're not very skilled. They don't know how to shoot, and they're not that good at dribbling. So, logically, the thing that would be best to do is to pass the basketball to someone who can, or maybe someone who's in a position to do that, to score, because the goal is to score. But these people, for God knows why, forget they can pass the basketball. And here's the thing, waving your arms right underneath the basket, yelling "I'm open," doesn't work. Doesn't help them realize that they are allowed to pass the basketball to you. They don't know why. I don't know why. They just forget. They just don't realize that they're allowed to pass. So what they do instead is maybe they'll dribble it off their leg. Maybe they'll shoot it from half court. And there's someone who can't make a layup. A shot right by the basket. And it's infuriating. It is really infuriating. I've played with people who have... I played with really bad people. Let me just phrase it like that. I played with really bad people. And I'm not saying I'm good. I'm not good at basketball. It's pickup. It's casual. It's fun. I get my cardio in. I definitely get my cardio in. But these people cannot pass. And it kind of does infuriate me sometimes. Because for some reason, there's like a reverse bell curve to passing the basketball. Where if you suck at basketball, you're like, oh, I'll just pass it. And if you're really good at basketball, you're like, oh, I'll just pass it. But if you're just the gross conglomeration of mid, if you're just that level of average, you forget you can pass the basketball. And it just hurts me. It hurts me. It really just hurts me. And I think people are inspired by the players they watch. So I'm trying to get back into the main point. And the main point is the Pacers pass the basketball a lot. They are really good at passing the basketball. And if they win the finals, that means maybe John Smith down the street will grow up wanting to pass the basketball. Because passing the basketball is cool. If you're good at it. You know, Magic Johnson got called Magic Johnson because he could pass the basketball. You know? That's a thing. That's his nickname. He's Magic. He makes magic happen. Like, a guy named Irvin is not... Alright. Like, a guy named Irvin Johnson, that's not like a name of the league. It is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just think Magic is a really cool nickname, but I can't take away from his actual name. Irving's a pretty cool name. Irvin Johnson. But Magic, man. Magic is such a cool name. That's hey. That's hey. But yeah. He got called Magic from passing. And now we have this guy named Tyrese in Indiana, and he can pass the basketball. Speaking of Indiana, Caitlin Clark, too. She's really good at passing the basketball. And luckily for, you know, people who are fans of basketball, she is popular. She is good. She is revered. So, here's to hoping that Caitlin Clark and Tyrese Halliburton encourage people to pass the basketball. For the sake of my pickup games, I hope so. It won't happen, but I hope so. Where were we? Bo. Yep, that's right. I can say the words. Wait, whoa. Okay. But speaking of okay, 10 more and then we'll switch over. But speaking of magic, we are making this happen. Okay. Chia. Boo. And, oh, we have 6 more. So let's, bump them out. Kya. Yep. He. Shu. S-H-U. G. There we go. Let us switch it up. Actually, give me one moment to, fix something. Alright, I am back. We are back. We are cooking. Uncheck all. Uncheck all. In katakana, we are doing everything. Alright, I accidentally looked at this, so this is job, and let's begin our katakana. Right. So this looks like pa, P-A. I'm just going to double check. Alright, how do I remember this is a ha base? I know this little circle means pa, or makes it pa, but what about this screams ha? 2 halves of a whole. Ha, halves. Okay. So pa. There we go. This is this ah? It should be ah. It is. This is e, the letter E. Oh, this is... Oh, shoot. What did I go for this? What did I... This is the ramen bowl, but it's not raw. I believe... Ramen bowl, half full, and fu and do are similar. This is neither fu nor nu. It's not raw. It's a little backwards F. What is this? I'm going to have to wait. I believe this is with an U base. Is it hu? It's O. It's O. I'm sorry. Which O is this again? It's not this O. Oh, it's this O. With wa. Okay. Old school O. This is he to be to... Is that byo? Is the E a yo? Yeah, byo. Let me check the O's. Ya, you, yo. Yo is like a little box thing. Not really. The box thing is roll. Can't box a roll. But yo is this little backwards 3. No, it's not a backwards 3. It's a normal 3. I don't know why I said backwards 3. So what about this screams yo? Well, it's yo, but what about the yo part of it screams byo? Screams yo. Right. Yo 3? No. 3 and yo. It's not yo-yo, it's yo-yo-yo. Okay, triple yo. Alright, so B-Y-O. Okay, I got that. So I believe that's kya. Yeah, that looks like ah at the end, and that's kya. No, it's kya with the... Okay, what about this basis key again? It sort of looks like a key or a kite. Yeah, let's go kites. So it's gya. Okay. It's this he to be to bu. What about that second part screams you? Sort of looks like a rotated U a little bit. Not really, but we'll pretend it does. Kya. Alright. What is this again? Ooh, wait. Ah, shoot. I remember this from... I don't remember this from last time. Well, I remember... is this K? I believe it's K. It is K. Ku would be without this little extension here on the end, on the right, but it's K. So why did I say K? It sort of looks like a key. We'll just go K, and we'll go on. This is O. This is E, the letter I. What is that? Sha, S-H-A. That's so. That's gyo, G-Y-O. That is. Ooh. Is it ze, Z-E? I'm thinking ze, but what is it actually? It's za. Oh yeah, that little curve is of A's. Okay. What was it? Like to, do? Is it do? It is do. To is the base. What screams T-O for that little stick thing? Sort of looks like a total stick? I don't know. Alright, so this looks like, is this Cho? C-H-O? Yes, it is. Okay, I remember that. Well, no, it's chew. Like a kiss chew. Okay. We're getting the hang of things. Yo, pyo. That is, ooh. We literally just had this. Maybe it's an no, wait. It's ke to ge. G-E. Oh, it's gu. Oh, because it doesn't have the line. It doesn't have the line. Sorry, that's my foolishness. He to hyo. H, no, hyu. Hya. Is that, I think that's su. Yeah, the eyes are hanging down this little smile. He is just he. Is that cha? Yeah, C-H-A. That's the ramen bowl half full. Wait, what? So that should be like pa, right? It's poo. Okay, let me look at the H's again. The H's. Full and new is not full. Okay, sorry. I understand. No, I deserve that. Poo. Q, C, K-Y-U. I don't know why I said C. What is that? Cho. Ji. Ja. Ooh, boy. I am feeling things, man. What am I yapping about? I am yawning. I apologize. P. Oh, that's Ma. She's really strong. Oh, that's Mya. M-Y-A. There we go. That's B-Y-A. Bia. That's P-Y-A. Pia. That's Ru. There we go, because there's the really strong, but with the little line on the left, make it from re for really strong to ru. And that is cha to ja to jo. Ri. Okay. Wait, what is this? This is this bo? Yeah, it's bo. I don't need to look at it. It's bo. Te. Okay, myo. It's mu. Why do I confuse them? But this is, I almost put you just instinctively, and that's wrong. That is wrong. But what is this? This is a little box-looking thing. I need to look at it. What is it? Coal. Okay, coal kind of looks like coal. Right? Or am I wrong? Ko is there. Okay. It follows Ro and Yo a little bit. Let me look at Ko up here. Yeah, it sort of looks like Ko a little bit, not really. Ramen bowl, F-U or H-U, whatever. U. Is this se? It is. Ta? No, wait. Ta? Yeah. Na. Okay. Oh, Batman. No, Batman. Okay, yeah, that's what I said before. By before, I mean last stream. I was watching the VODs. I was editing them. I posted one video. I actually have to post another one. I just haven't created a thumbnail for it. Probably will go live after the stream, which, how long have I been streaming for? I might call it just because I'm not, okay, not going to call it now. Let me rephrase that differently. Oh, wait, people were here. I'm sorry. I didn't see you in the chat. My apologies. Think he's getting the hang of it? Thank you. What's the website? The website is, let me try to see if I can actually pin this. I don't know much YouTube. So, engage with the audience. Let me put that in. Website. Am I allowed to do links? You know what? We're gonna try it. And we'll pin this. We'll pin it! There we go! There we go. I think I did that. I apologize. I didn't see you in the chat. My apologies. I'm multi-stream on Twitch and YouTube, and I can only see one of the chats at a time. So my apologies for that. Right. But we are not calling it yet. Oh, no. We are, how do I say this? Pushing through. There we go. Right. Ho tsubo to po pio. Okay, there we go. Teru de. No, this is not really strong. No, wait, what was the base for this? What was the base for this? I'm trying to remember. Because that was the America base. Oh my, that's... What is this? America Shin desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. No. Shoot, what was this? It's da. Oh, meta. That's what it said. Because this is a little meh here. And it's meta. Okay, so ta da da. There we go. He to be to pe. Right. Ryo. Mi. Shi to ji to jo. Okay, we are almost got me. But this is sa. There we go. This is... It's not ko. It's a ro. Yes. We are... Ki. Almost put a K. Re. Cha to ja to jo. Ju. Shi to ji to ju. Ju again, just differently. Wait, actually, give me a moment to see if I can... Can I pop this out, actually? Blah, blah. Oh, whoa. Well, no. I misclicked something. Dang it. Oh, no. This might, not be the best. I'm sorry, give me a moment. I'm just messing everything up. Nothing is working. Everything is terrible. Nope. Didn't mess up yet. That's perfect. That's all we need to know. All we need to know is that it's not messed up yet. Right. Oh, what was this? It's not, new. It's... Oh, man, this is... New... No, it's not new. This is... I forget. Wait. No, I forget. I'm gonna have to look. Zoo. Okay, so what about this bass screams Su? S-U. Oh, it's similar to the Fu and Nu. Su is sort of like Nu. You sew the bowl? You sew the bowl? I believe so. Give me 1 second just to fix something that I popped up on accident. Let's hope it actually fixes itself, because this was the issue that was happening before stream. Okay, it fixed itself. Okay, that's perfect. That is perfect. Right. We are here. We have Zoo. Z-U. Right? Yes. He to be. Okay. Su, ni, pyu, pyu. Okay, we're getting the hang of it. There we go. This would be not ko to go. Wait, actually, would it be ko to go? It is ko to go. It's go. I just said no, but no, it was that. Okay. And I'm stopped. I'm stumped here. This is one I haven't seen in a long while. Mo. Okay. No, it looks like Mo. I should have realized that. It looks like Mo. This is not Re. It's close to Re, though. Is it K? I think it's K. It's Ku. It's Ku. Okay, because K would be longer. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. Nya. U. It's Ra. It is Ra. Ramen bowl. Okay, that's... I'm going to have to remember that. Sho. Shu. This is... Ta-da-da. Ze. Ze. Oh, se to ze. This is ha. This is... Hurubu. Ki to gi to gyo. To gyu. Sorry. Is this just O? It's oo, just oo. Oh man, that's... I'm messing up a lot today. It is not my day. But okay, this is... Ne. I remember that. Little line at the side was like a neighbor. This is a new bowl. A new. And you. Okay. She... Is this... No, this is Zu. Z-U. Tsu to Zu. This is Ryu. This is Nyu, N-Y-U. This is To. This is So. Oh, it's just N. It's just N. Oh, because it's a little bit high. Okay, I get it. Me. R-Y-A. Oh, this one. This is just a stick. Just a stick. But what was it again? What was it again? So. That's my guess. It's not so. It's no. It's close to no. Oh, it's like the cross on like a crossed out of it. Okay, I get it. No. Sotozo. There we go. N-Y-O. Nyo. She. I was gonna. It's ya. It's ya. It almost looked like ah for a second, but it's not. It's ya. And this is she to G to ja. J-A. He to be. B-E. Ha to ba. B-A. K to ge. G-E. Okay. Ho. This one is wa. Okay, yeah. We're actually understanding this. Yeah. We have very little problems right now. Oh, it's ta? Wait, this is ta. Oh, it's meta. The line. Sorry, I confused it without the line. It would be I believe what was that? Ku without the line, but it's with the line, so it's ta. That's foolish of me. Ji. Mo. It's Moo. This is Moo. Oh yeah, Mo is different. Mo looks like Mo. Moo is this triangle thing. This is not she. This is Su. This is Zu. Z-U. This is Myo. M-Y-O. This is a box. What was in the box? Not Ko was in the box. Ro was in the box. You can't box the road roller. This is no. Te. This one. Se. There we go. Wa. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Po. Oh, sorry, pa. That was pa. I also typed pa, so I don't know why I said po. This is gya. Ka. Nice, nice, nice. S-H. Oh, it's Ju, because I forgot the lines. I didn't see the lines. Ja. Sotozo. Nice, nice, nice. Nyo. Ri. Shi to ji to jo. Ahadaba. The letter N. Wait, no, this is so. This is so. I almost confused it. This one is Kerege. There we go. Cha to cho. Nice. Ze This one just looks like Mo. Okay, we were in a lull, but now we're in not a lull. We are in a not a lull. SHO. This one is. Let me look through my brain. It's CHA, cha. This is re to ge. No. Wait, whoa. It's not re. It's K to ge. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's ku to gu. It's GU. Wait. Yeah, it's gu. Okay, it is gu. There we go. This is ki. This one is na, because it reminds me of Batman. And that's why I said it's na. Okay. This one is mu. HYU. Hugh. I need to learn that faster. I need to realize it's that faster. Baby steps. We're learning this. We're getting it right. Well, somewhat right. We're only at 24 wrong at like 351. What is that, roughly? 4, 12, 15, 16, 1/16. And what is that? Like 4, 5, 6%. So that's not bad. This looks like she to sha. There we go. This is the letter I. This is he to B to bya, BYA. This one. Not the, no, this isn't se. It's ta? I'm gonna have to look at it. It's ta though, right? It's sa though. Okay. No, it is sa. I get that. But the little line curving like that is sa, and I accidentally pressed S twice. Whatever. Besides the point, we'll continue. To do. Okay. Nice. Wait. Yep, boo. This is te to de, right? This is ni to nya, NYA. This is he to B to byo, PYO. This is ha. This is ki to Q. This is just O. This is fu. Who? It is who. HU. He to yo. Ri to ryu. He to be. Who to boo to poo. Pu. This is ko to go. Okay, yes. This is not fu, not new. It's su, SU, right? Yes, okay. Cha. Chi. Sorry, I forgot chi was the base, not cha. That's ridiculous of me. But we keep on going. Right. Ta to da. She, just she. He to be to pe, PE. He to ya, HYA. Ki to gi to gyu, GYU. He to be to bu, BYU. To. Yo. It's yo. YO. Ho to bo. Chi to G to ju. That's not that is ya, YA. Ne. Because of the little line on the bottom right. It's separate. It's a neighboring. And that's how I remember it. That's how I'll keep remembering. Sa to za. Ta. Mi. Re. That's re, baby. That is re 100% of the time. 120% of the time. Q. It's kya. Why did I say Q? P. Ria. Mia. Kyo. Mu. MYU. Ko. This is U. Yep, there we go. Ryo. This is Ku. Wait, ku, yeah, ku. Ku. Cha, sorry. Chi to ji to ja. I need to break it down like that so I don't confuse chi with cha. Right. This is he to p to pew. Pyu. Nice. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. And that's lovely. That is lovely. That... I'm nervous. I am very much nervous. But, you know, that's what happens. We get nervous, and that's okay. That is okay. As long as we can keep going. And we can keep going. So let us keep going. What's next? I forgot. Oh, this is next. Did I say it was K already? It's K. He to be. What is this one again? Thinking of all the ramen bowls. Thinking of all the different ramen bowls we have. Oh, it's just O. It's just O. It's similar to Y in that sense. Which I don't know why it's Y and O in that little column, but I'll learn it eventually. But for now, I can learn that it's O. As in this is Chi to Ji. Ho. H-O. Right. This is He to P to Pyo. P-Y-O. Lovely. She to Shu. S-H-U. Is this N? Yes. Yes, okay. Right. I'm going to need to take a sip of water. Give me a moment. Wow, I need a yap. I'm getting half focused in here, half focused to the music, that I'm not paying attention to what really matters. Talking about something stupid. Well, no, it's not stupid. It's always just a little part of my daily life, and maybe it's funny, maybe it's relatable, maybe it's silly. But what? I don't really have much to talk about. What do I have to talk about? You know what? I have to do it. Give me a moment. I'm gonna roll a dice. I have my set of dice here. What I'm gonna roll? Is this a D12? It's a D12. Why am I gonna roll a D12? I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about. But I'm gonna talk about something that rates the number I get. I cannot see the number. I can. It's an 8. Infinity. Ouroboros. I already talked about Ouroboros. No, I'll talk about Ouroboros again. I don't care. Yes. Actually, did I talk about Ouroboros? Oh, well, yeah, I did. I remember because I was talking about... Okay, so, you know, let's... You know, why do I summarize it? Happy Year of the Snake, everyone. I believe it's the Year of the Snake. If it's not the Year of the Snake, I embarrass myself. But, you know, it's been the Year of the Snake probably for, like, what, 5-6 months now? So, who cares? Well, not who cares, but I cares. I care a lot. But I think snakes are cool. I mentioned I have a ceramic snake on my desk from, like, pottery that I did when I was probably, like, 6 or something. Well over a decade ago. And snakes are a pretty cool animal. I think they're pretty cool. Not my favorite animal. My favorite animal, mentioned earlier, peregrine falcon. Fastest animal of all time. There we go, over... Yeah, it's so fast in the dive. Crazy fast. But we're talking about snakes, and I think snakes are cool. The way they slither, the way they can detect heat with their tongue, blah, blah, blah. But point is, Ouroboros is something I think is a little cool concept that displays the... Is it the eternity of things? Is that how I would phrase it? No, I wouldn't say eternity. It's cyclical things. It's like a snake eating its own tail. And it's just cycle things like life and death. Maybe just things, not monotony, but maybe like the sunrise, sunset, phases of the moon, stuff like that. Ouroboros, just like a continuity of things. Not monotony, a continuity. I'm not phrasing that correctly, but you get the point. And I think that's a little bit neat. I think that's a bit cool. And I'm not a tattoo guy, but I think if I were to get a tattoo, right now it would be of Ouroboros, like just this snake eating itself. But I don't want a tattoo. I don't really want a tattoo. Not right now, probably not in the future, but if I were to get one, it would probably be that. Or probably I would want it to be that. When did things change, people change, and maybe next week I'll be like, you know what would be really cool? A pig tattoo. Shout out to the year of the pig. Is it the year? No, it's the year of the boar, isn't it? Sorry. Those are two different animals. I'm just looking at pig art? Is that what I call it? That sounds not the most correct way to phrase it. I mentioned before, the sticker of a pig on my wall. 2 pigs. First pig says, "Brother, may I have some oats?" Second pig says, "No." I find this hilarious, and I stare at it, and it brings me a lot of joy. And I only said "brother" because it has the umlaut over the O. Because it's silly. It's just meant to pronounce "brother, may I have some oats?" and no. But I pronounce it "brother" because I feel some sense of weird, quirky joy when I pronounce it "brother." That was such an uncharismatic way to tell a story. You know what? Let me roll the dice again. That got me so... Oh, wait. Speaking of dice, I had this blue... What is it? D20. That I had like as a lucky icon for like a decade. No, not a decade. Okay, for over a decade, I believe. Just over a decade. Barely over a decade. And I have no idea where it is, but I just realized it's not adorning my shelf of knickknacks. It's not adorning my good luck charms. And I am scared. Maybe that's why my luck has been so iffy, whiffy, waffy. Alright, D12 says 4. Wait, dodecahedron! I could have been... Oh, I can't really mention dodecahedron. I don't know a lot... Well, I know a lot of 3D shapes. But the dodecahedron's got to be my favorite. The dodecahedron's just a really cool 3D shape. If you don't know dodecahedron, it's just a 12-sided shape with like pentagon faces. It's really cool. I like it. Recommend it. I don't know really how you can recommend it. It's just a concept, a 3D shape, but if there's any shape I'd recommend, it would be the dodecahedron. But we rolled a 4. What is 4? Wait. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my Chandelure poster. Little poster. And I'm thinking, does any Pokemon have a 4-stage evolution? I know there are Pokemon that have like branches in their evolution and whatnot. Like the evolutions definitely have more than 4, but I mean like 4 stages in evolution. Because 3 is usually, it's either none, 2, like it evolves into something, or it has 2 evolutions, like 3 stages. Either 3 stages, 2 stages, or no stages. And I'm not counting Megas for that. I'm sorry to Mega Blastoise or to Mega Metagross. No, I'm actually going to look it up. Because I'm quite curious. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted from my studying. But, my defense, it's like a really good question. What am I looking up? Does any Pokemon have a 4-stage evolution? And my guess is no, because it seems very impractical. AI also agrees. It says no Pokemon have a 4-stage evolution in the main series games. Pokemon may have maximum 3 evolutionary stages. And what else? While some Pokemon have branched evolution paths leading to multiple forms. None have more than 3 stages in their evolution line. Huh. Yeah, and that makes sense, I suppose. 4-stage evolution line would be terrible on a level curve. I know Unova games were pretty, how do I say this? Criticized for having such late evolutions. Like, what is it? Oh, what is that High Dragon or whatever it's called, I forget. That has, wouldn't it evolve at 57 or something ridiculous like that? To Zweigart to High Dragon, or whatever it was. But that's ridiculous of a level curve, because you basically need to play the post game to get it to its final form, to put that investment into work. And if you're, let's say, nuzlocking the games, you can't really invest that much, because your investment could very easily just die. Just die before it gets good. So that is unfortunate. That is certainly unfortunate. But yeah, no 4-stage evolutions. I assume that's the reason why, because the level curve would suck, but it would be interesting. And of course, with the exceptions of, how do you say it? With the Mega Evolution lines. Those are... Wait, so give me a second just to check them. But the Mega Evolution lines, obviously you have some that are technically a 4th stage. And my music is dead? No, we still got... Give me a minute, I'm going to update my music. If I update my music, I'm just going to make sure it does not die in itself. It's going to change the tone, but let's hope it... Oh. Nope, that's not what I want. Blah, 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 blah. I need a... Sorry. I'm a fool who did not download the music before. So I am watching it off of YouTube, trying to not ruin things. So my apologies for that. We're hopping back into it. Is it loaded? It does not look loaded. Is it loading? It is loading. So let me just pop it back on. The music. It's low, but it's lovely. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Right. Now let's actually hop back into our task of learning Japanese kana. Because we are close. We are making such incredible improvements. You know, this is hour 9 now in total. Obviously not today, but over the past month. This is just my 9th hour, and I can actually read this. This says pya, P-Y-A. This is he. Yep, ra. This is... Is this ta? No, it's not ta. This is nu, and you. Right. This is chi to ji to jo. J-O. This is ki to gi, G-I. It's she to ji, J-I. Of course, this is su to zu. Right. Ki to gi to gyo, G-Y-O. What, do I want to teach this to 500? Maybe I do. Maybe I do. But that might be a struggle. Not that we really care. We're here for a struggle. We can understand what it's like to put our mind to it, rattle our brains, and whatnot. And I think I'm rattling my brain now because is multitasking the right word? It's not the right word. No, it's sort of the right word, I suppose. Because I'm talking while putting it in instead of just having my mind 100% focused on it. And I think that gives me some difference in learning, if that makes sense. It allows me to do it more casually instead of having to be active all the time. So in my mind, that makes it seem like I might be able to not pick it up better, but pick it up more casually, like in a casual setting. I think that, which might be better for reading and writing. Well, not writing. Definitely not writing. I haven't practiced writing this really at all. Really at all. I have not practiced this writing-wise. But I think reading it's more important than writing it in terms of learning the language. So, fingers crossed, let's continue. Apologies. Right. And what should I talk? Oh man, that's such a... This track is such an abrupt change in music, but it's also really nice. It's really nice to hear that abrupt change in music. And I love the Pokemon games for their music. Well, not for the music alone, but their music is just simply incredible. I believe. What do I believe? My favorites soundtrack, not soundtrack. My favorite BGM in all of Pokemon is Cynthia's Battle, Cynthia's theme, and I remember getting so into it that I learned how to open up the console on what is it, Windows, and search and open that link from there rather than just searching it up, which is really not describing what I did at all. But in my defense, I also don't know what I did. I also just don't really know what I actually did. I was just able to open up like the web page information of the search bar and something and click on a link through that I already had copied and pasted. So it was technically just a significantly more inconvenient way of inputting a link into the search bar, but it made me feel cool and as if I understood what I was doing. And in retrospect, it's really ridiculous, but slightly younger me just thought I was so incredibly cool for that I was just absolutely insane for being able to do that because of how, what is it, hacker core? Is that the right terminology for it? Hacker core? I think that's the closest. Oh wait, that's Sue, not new. Sorry, but yeah, hacker core. I think that's the best way I can phrase it. Because I'm someone who thinks coding is cool-ish. Well, it is cool. It gets you sites like this, like what's this? gohoneko.neocities.org/kana, which this site just came to me from the, what is it, the Learn Japanese subreddit. Shout out to the obscure subreddits. You guys just know the absolute weirdest ways to feed information. Weirdest isn't the right word, but I'm interested in, for instance, I'm interested in maybe learning an instrument. So I checked out different instrument subreddits, and one of my favorite subreddits of those that I checked out was r/ukuleles, which was a subreddit about ukuleles. And I think I am going to learn the ukulele. Not now, though. Not now. Right now, I have my hands a bit full, but I think I do want to learn the ukulele. It's one of the easier instruments to learn, but also it's one of the instruments where it's actually adaptable to modern music. You can play maybe Memories by Maroon 5 or Galway Gal by Ed Sheeran on a ukulele. You can't do that on, let's say, another instrument that's really easy to learn, according to these wikis, not in these fan pages and these Reddits, not to me. I no skin in the game in terms of these instruments. But another instrument that's really easy to learn is the kalimba, which is like a African like thumb piano. And I've heard the kalimba before. If you haven't, it's really relaxing. But I also understand that it's an instrument that doesn't really how do I say this? It doesn't really adapt well to modern songs. So you might not necessarily be able to play like Castle on the Hill. Again, by Ed Sheeran. I don't know why Ed Sheeran songs come to mind. Those are my two favorite songs of Ed Sheeran. But I can't really think of anything. Or Taylor... No, wait, not Taylor Swift, because I'm trying... God is a Woman by Ariana Grande. There we go. That is a song not made by Ed Sheeran. You know, when you put yourself on the spot, it becomes harder to think of things. It becomes harder to think of things, which is quite inconvenient. I'll say it's definitely inconvenient. But I'm not. Am I too big on music? I like my occasional music. My favorite band is very basic choice, Queen. I love Queen. Love, oh my gosh, why can't I remember? Don't Stop Me Now. I love Don't Stop Me Now. That's my favorite Queen song. Bohemian Rhapsody, also one of my favorite Queen songs. You know, just like basically every person who's ever listened to Queen. You know, I remember. Oh, actually, I have a story. I remember I had a phase where I had to be like very alternative is the right word, but I didn't have the fashion sense of someone alternative. I had the fashion sense of someone who didn't have a fashion sense. That's a really mean way to say I dress terribly. That is a really mean way to say I dress terribly. But no, So I just had the alternative personality without any of the style or swagger, and that was quite embarrassing. In retrospect, but in time, I was like, oh man, I'm so cool. I'm so different. But yeah, so I remember I had to just not like things because they were liked, and I had to like things because they weren't liked. And it was really... Is stupid the right way to phrase it? Yeah, now I'm happy to live my life enjoying the things that I enjoy because I enjoy them, not because I think it's cooler to enjoy them or alternative or whatever. And that's good. I like doing that. I like living in that sort of way. But back then I was just a little bit of a sassy child in blue gym shorts. I don't know why blue gym shorts. Blue basketball shorts. Whatever you want to call those shorts. Yeah, again, no sense of style. I'm very much happy to have grown as a person since then. I have developed some style. I have some color in my wardrobe that isn't just blue, black. It isn't just that. And I can actually put on clothes that complement me or enhance my build. I'm not build, but enhance my appearance instead of just putting on clothes because they're clothes. And that's nice. I think that's nice. It's something I didn't appreciate as a child, so appreciate now when I am now an adult. That being said, the price of clothes is outrageous. Granted, it used to be worse, apparently, before I was alive even, but the price of clothes is just crazy. I consider myself rather frugal, rather cheap, I guess is the right word. It's a mean word to say, but right word. And I don't like spending more, to me, spending $30 on a single article of clothing is kind of a ripoff. I don't like spending that. Except for jackets. Jackets are a bit different, but you don't really need to buy jackets that often. Well, granted, I haven't bought clothes in a while, but we're not talking about that. But $30 for a single article of clothing just boggles my mind. So sometimes when I go into clothing stores, I'll just check the clearance rack to see if there's interesting clothing that isn't $30. Because $30 for a t-shirt, that's just... I'm not crazy in thinking that's ridiculous, right? Granted, I do have some t-shirts that were over $30 that were a gift to me. And they are lovely. Some of my favorite t-shirts. I love wearing them. And they have such a high quality stuff. But that just seems ridiculous to buy something that's $30 as a t-shirt. And then even pants. It bleeds over to pants for me as well. Because I don't like spending $30 on pants for some reason. I just don't. I just really don't. Even though it's more than a reasonable price, I don't like spending more than $30. And sometimes they'll go into what is it, Hollister or something? And back there, and I'm fortunate enough that they actually have my size. And I can buy them, and they're pants, they're jeans, they're whatever. They'll fit and I'll wear them to death or whatever. Or I won't wear them well enough to actually damage them. Not well enough. What's the word I'm looking for? I won't overuse them to the point where they're torn to shreds. Yeah, that's, I guess, what I was going for. I won't overuse them and destroy them. With the shirt I got that's over $30, it's actually really high quality, and I can wear it to death and have it still not die. But with pants, you can't do that. With ones I bought, at least. Because they are not made to do that. But fortunately, you won't wear them to death. you really won't wear them to death. You just wear them when you're going out. When you come back, or at least, maybe, actually, am I weird for this? When I come back home, I will change out of my pants into something just leisurely. I will change out of my jeans into maybe just some shorts or some just pajama bottoms. And it's just, I don't really care. Is that the right word? Yeah, I don't really. No, I do care. I do. No, I explicitly do care. I explicitly do that and just fold up my jeans and just like leave them there until I wore them enough times to where they weren't washing, because I don't want to overwash jeans. But I just don't wear jeans indoors for the sake of wearing jeans indoors. Or pants and... Not pants in general. I wear sweatpants indoors for the sake of wearing them indoors, but that's more of a leisure fit. Rather than, like, maybe khakis, jeans, traditional trousers, whatever you want to say. Rather than those more so outdoorsy pants. Not outdoorsy, but pants for social activities. Yes, those are social wear, and everything else is leisure wear, and leisure wear can bleed over to social wear, but it's not necessary. It's not necessarily the case, and I guess maybe I am weird for changing. I don't know. I never asked to see if how people are. If they do it, if they don't do it, I don't know. If they do, good for them. If they don't, also good for them. Sorry. Right, where were we? We were on Ja. And Sha. Sha. I said Sha, but I typed Cha. Whatever. But yes, I am someone who just had... Oh yeah, I have my drawer. I actually have 2 drawers of pants, now that I think about it. Which is weird. Oh wait, I'm also getting more pants for... How do I say this? I'm actually getting pants soon. And shirts. And they're all over $30. Reason is, they're hand-me-downs from my uncle. My uncle, who is a similar size to me, or at least I hope he's a similar size to me, is getting rid of some clothes, and I, like a greedy but not wasteful raccoon, am greedily taking them for the sake of my wardrobe. And they will become a very, very useful part of it. Very useful part of my... Well, actually, no, they won't. They won't. I probably will wear them maybe a couple times. But I don't need dress shirts. I don't... Well, actually, no. That's... Is this a rant? You know, this might turn into a rant. I am not someone who needs a bunch of dress shirts. I have a couple, and that's more than enough. You don't really need a lot of dress shirts. But here's the thing. Dress shirts are expensive. They are rather expensive. Like, even if you go for a cheaper... Well, granted, I actually have a story for after, but that's a different day. No, I have it for now. I'll mention it now, and I'll talk about it after. I actually bought a dress shirt that was $5. I'll elaborate on it later, but dress shirts in general are expensive. And you don't really wear them enough to warrant them being that price. Like, there's not a need for them outside of certain activities. And they just feel like it's high fabric and you have to iron them and blah, blah, blah. It's a mess. And I don't understand it. Why is clothing that is so reserved for luxury just so not used? But everyone has to buy it. Everyone has to use it. I don't get it. The clothing you wear the least is the clothing that's most expensive, is what I'm trying to say. And as someone who is frugal and someone who does not like to be wasteful, that frustrates me just a little bit. It just frustrates me just a little bit. But that is what it is. Is what it is. But yes, I am getting pants, I am getting dress shirts, and they will go in my drawers, and I will probably wear them maybe once a year, and that might be on the generous side. But, plus side for me, I don't have to buy expensive clothing. So it's a win-win. Okay, it's not a win-win. I am contributing to the system that I despise. that makes it sound so much different. I am contributing to the system I despise, and that system is wearing pants. Expensive pants. Rarely. And I'm contributing to that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I am talking about it. Right. Where were we? We were with you. Or rather, G. Alright, what do I want to get to? Do I want to get to 500 and then wrap up stream around there? I'm at 462. That seems reasonable. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Alright. So let's get this show on the road. Chu. Not ra. Oh, hu to bu. Oh. And this is. What is this? Shi to ji to jo. Right? So. Ya. Mi. Ko. No. Ro. There we go. Gyu. Chu. No, ju. I forgot that. Silly me. This is ko. This is shu. This is nya. Nya. This is ku. K. This is su. This is not really strong. This is K. This is ku. Of course it's ku. Gyo. Cha. Ja. Oh my, I'm flubbing it very hard right at the home stretch. BYU. Yep. RYO. Real. This is kudugu. Right? This is gay. Okay, gay has the extension. I thought it was backwards. That is my bad. My bad indeed. Right. Yeah, okay, that was saw. This is... Oh my gosh, I keep missing the dots. Right. Hu to boo to poo. Pu. Chi. I even said it. Oh my, that's... I'm flubbing up at the end stance. But I promised myself I get to I didn't promise myself at all, actually. But I'm going to get to 500. And then, and only then, will I be able to be content and call it a day. Only then. But I have to make it there first. And now that I am finally making progress, I can safely say that this is N. There we go. De. Gi. Oh, we're so close. So does O. This is O. This is no. This is to. No, hyo. Hyo. This is ma. Two more. Hyo. Last one is, of course, so. There we go. I am done with this. I am DONERWITHTHIS. Lovely. Oh my, I'm broken. That was, what a stream. What a lovely little stream that was. But I can't end it just yet. I have to just talk about one more thing. One more thing indeed. You know what? The dice haven't failed me. The dice have not failed me. So let me whip out the dice one more time. This one, oh, D4. Little pyramid. And this says, what does it say? I can't see. I can't see. Why can't I see? 3. A 3, eh? That's a number. What is 3? 3 is like yo from katakana that we were looking into, but that's not what I want to mention. 3. 3 what? Huh. Wow, I really can't think of anything. You know what? Let me just do an exercise then. Not diarrhea. Well, diarrhea of the mouth is what my teacher called it, so I'll go there. 3, tree, grass, leaves, photosynthesis, energy, sun, moon, stars, space, sauna, Tsukumo Sana from Hollow Council. Aw, man, she was great. I wish I was a bit more into VTubers back in, when was it, 2021? 2021, 2022? Because I got into VTubers a little bit before HoloLive EN announced themselves. Just a little bit before then. I remember the little clip that got me into them. It was Fubuki's I'm a Scat Man. And then her just scatting. That was very silly. And I was like, cute anime girl saying this. And then HoloLive announced their English branch. And I followed along. And then I think I really got into VTubers. I followed along loosely. And I think I really got into them around 2023, I'd say. And I've missed a lot of great things. And I'd say but the golden era of VTubers, or the first golden era, I'd say. Well, I wouldn't say that, actually. No, I wouldn't say that. Well, maybe the golden era of English VTubers probably started with the pandemic and lasted probably into 2022-ish. I'd say that would be the golden era, the first golden era of English VTubers. I do think VTubing as a whole is here to stay. I don't think that's necessarily debatable. But I think instead of being like a popular niche, that it'll become more of a medium rather than a specific gimmick. Like a model won't necessarily be like, oh, this is the reason you should watch me. This is my model, and the reason you should watch me is X. I think that's the direction it's going. And people smarter than me and more well-versed in this and have actually done research on this will tell you this, but more eloquently and better. I'm not original in this belief. And they might disagree with what I'm saying too, and I don't blame them. But yeah. Well, why do I stream with this avatar instead of maybe a face cam or no cam? What is my reasoning? What is my reasoning? I just think it's fun. Yeah, I do just think it's fun. Like, yeah, maybe a face cam would be cool. Well, actually, I do think with the face cam, there is a certain fear with it of you physically showing yourself online. At least with a virtual medium, there's some sense of security for the streamer. But also, I just think this is cool. Like, I'm just what is this? A rumbling stone, a rumbling stone, just yapping about without a mouth. Oh wait, I have no mouth and I must scream. I want to read that. Yeah, I just look at my model. I have no mouth, but I must scream. Oh, that's silly. Yeah, I want to read that. That seems like a horror story that'll actually terrify me with its concept. I've been looking for horror to actually, like psychological horror to actually fear me, and I've known about I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream for a while, but I think I should actually go ahead and read it. But I think that'll do it for today. Thank you all for watching, and as always, have a day. I hope it's a good one. See ya.